I'm very excited to talk to you because I have been a supporter of the intelligent girl the whole season. Okay, so first of all, I think Chris was sort of like alluding to what you are studying. Can you tell us what exactly epidemiologist does?
Yes, so epidemiologists do lots of different things. We study basically why people get sick.
Okay.
And that can mean anything from why smoking causes lung cancer, or why babies get birth defects, or why certain genes lead to negative health outcomes. There are lots of different things that people do, but what I study is heart disease and stroke. So I study healthcare and why some people get better healthcare than others.
Yep.
So that's sort of where my interest and focus is.
Are you still writing your dissertation?
So I submitted the first draft of my dissertation last week.
And
wow. I mean, it was a harrowing and sad and depressing and strange experience, but the first draft is in, and you know, you're a reporter, writer. You know how it is. You get the first draft in, and things tend to go more smoothly after that.
Intense.
So,
where are you at school?
UNC Chapel Hill.
Oh, cool, great.
Yeah, so I'll be so excited to get out of school. I've been in school for ever 21 years, so I'm without a break.
There you go. Well, I'm sure you're almost near the end now that you've
near
submitted.
the end.
Right.
May is the graduation date.
So you kind of brought this up, and I tried to ask Ben this when he came back here. A lot of people have accused him of just being into looks, considering that he fell for the model pretty much. And everyone is beautiful. His response was, everyone's beautiful. Of course, it wasn't about the looks. But do you think he was swayed by, like, the idea of a model?
It's a question that I've asked myself, and I think it would be hard not to be swayed by someone like Courtney. I mean, she's stunning, and I think that, especially for him, he loves brunettes, and he loves that look. I mean, there's just something about her that is just, when you see your type, like, and you just know it.
Right.
I think that's how it was for him. So in some sense, I don't think any of us really stood a chance when he saw her.
Mm-hmm.
He's a deep guy. I think he's got a lot of... there are a lot of genuine aspects to his personality that a lot of other men his age don't have. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, I think he did see something deeper with her. He saw a quirkiness that he really connected with, and thought she was really funny. And I don't think that he could fall for just a pretty face if there were not something else that he really appreciated about that person. I just don't think he's that kind of guy. Do I think there was some draw because she's a model? Absolutely. I mean, there's no question. I think he's a man and he has a penis.
Right.
That's how it's going to go.
So maybe he overlooked a little bit of the
maybe he turned
initial requirements.
Blind eyes when he like looked away, and there she was on the cover of Fitness, and that's what he focused on.
Really? Oh my gosh. Yeah, she has some interesting modeling shots on her website.
Yeah.
Anyway, I also like that you stood up for yourself when you were talking about because when he responded to you coming to him about Courtney, he was so dismissive and just sort of said, what did he say? Like, tread lightly.
Tread lightly, you might not know me as well as you think you do.
And you in the moment were like, oh, I'm really sorry, but looking back on it, we're like, was I a doormat or kind of,
100%,
right?
Yeah. I'm not that kind of girl to really let someone talk to me that way, but, it's a weird environment. You're in a strange place, and you have this guy who you like, and you want to do things right. And you're being filmed, and it's hard to know if you made a mistake and not done something the way that you should have, or if, or if he's not treating you the way that you should expect and you deserve to be treated. For me, I think it was the latter. I think I probably, should have put my foot down and said, I'm not dealing with this. I should probably, duck out right now.
Right.
But at the time, I felt like
you were eager to please.
I'm totally eager to please. You want this guy to like you. It's a competition, and I actually really liked him. So I thought, I'm the type of person where if someone tells me I've done something wrong, I certainly want to take some time to reflect on that and make sure that I understand why they're saying that and maybe learn from it and move forward. Mm-hmm. But having had that time, I think I didn't really do anything wrong. What I said came from a point of concern and of feeling like this guy needed all the information that he could get, and if it were me, I would want all that information. So, I really don't think that he responded the way that someone I will hopefully end up with would respond, because
right.
I would expect a little bit more respect, a little bit more support, a little more understanding, and that's not what he gave me in all of that.
Right. Even if he didn't, want to take to heart what you said, he didn't have to react like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it really changed for me. It totally zapped my confidence after that, because I thought, oh gosh, like, I've messed up. I've got to really, crawl my way back up and get back on good terms with this guy, and it messed with my confidence, and it made things different. It introduced a different dynamic from then on.
What about with Courtney coming out? I mean, I'm anti-Courtney as anyone, but I felt a little bit for her, and I thought she seemed somewhat genuine, although I agreed with some of the girls that it seemed sort of like conniving to only seem apologetic at the very end to get in Ben's good graces. But do you think she's kind of looking back and realizing, like, I can't go on treating people like this?
You know, I think it's a wonderful question, and I think I haven't really had time to process yet exactly what she said tonight. This side of Courtney was very, very different than the girl that I knew during the 6 weeks that we filmed. And I saw her in a lot of different situations every single day. And it's hard for me because I want to believe her. I want to accept her apology. I want her to be a good person. I want her to be someone who could make Ben happy if she ends up with him. But I keep going back to the day in Panama where I did apologize to her and where she threw it back in my face and said, I'm not accepting this, I don't forgive and forget. So I'm sort of left feeling like the other shoe's about to drop, where I'm going to see this other negative side to her again. Maybe that side is completely vanquished and it's water under the bridge, and she's never going to show that part of herself, and she's totally learned from this, and that part is dead, and she's just, sweet, genuine, apologetic, emotional Courtney that we saw tonight. I don't know if people can change that quickly. I think only time will tell, and I'm very interested to see.
Why did that make you emotional? I saw you after she was crying, you were crying a little, looking down.
I think the situation sucks. I think it all sucks. I think that, here we have a girl who is trying to say sorry, and it's hurtful for her, and her family's involved, and Ben's involved, and all these girls are here, and we've all given up our lives to be here, and it just sucks. It was just a crappy situation, and I wasn't, I didn't feel great about how I left things with him. I didn't feel great about how I left things with her, and I don't like to see people hurting, and I didn't like to see her hurting, and I didn't like that I was the cause of some of that hurt, and it just left me with a crappy feeling.
Well, onwards and upwards. Yeah. Thank you so much.